All right. Here we go, everybody. It's time for the show, which begins. You're going to like these intros.
I can't wait.
In 3, 2, 1.
The old school, the old rules of the new rules, the new rules of the old rules. These rules that were here all along.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment.
This is the morning stream. The hell you say?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the morning stream. TMS for Monday, September 23rd, 2019. Brian Ibbett in Colorado, Scott Johnson in Salt Lake City. Hello and welcome.
Hello. I can see you, your mountains from my house.
Can you?
If I can, really.
I'm sure we can. We share mountains, don't we? Some of them.
Might be able to. I don't know. I don't know if we can see that far.
I think
that's a long way.
We connect. So on our eastern side, wherever the Rockies.
Your eastern side.
Yeah, my eastern side. Your western side. I think we have some shared ground. Yeah, why not?
We do, but I don't know if I can see it.
Oh, you probably can't see it.
I can see the mountains that are closest to me, but I don't know if I can see the mountains past those, which would be the ones that would be in your territory.
Well, now I want to know. Territory?
Yeah.
Territory. Now I want to know. Weirdly, I want to know if I can see it. I'm going to go out later.
Yeah.
And I'm going to check it out, and I'll let you know if I can see you from where I am. If I'm like Sarah.
Okay, I'll wave.
Yeah.
Let me know. Call me and let me know when I need to wave.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fly. I'll show you a green laser pointer in
Perfect.
your direction. You can let me know if you see it.
Perfect. You be. I'll be Sarah Palin. You be Russia, and I can see you from here.
You know what's funny is that she actually never said. She said something like that in that Barbara Walters interview, but because of the way that Liz Lemon, Tina Fey's impersonation went over so well, that I can see Russia from my house.
She did. Did that kind of take over and be the thing?
That's the thing that kind of took over. Yeah.
Let's see. Snopes has an article on it. It says
oh, really?
Here, it says here during the 28. So the claim is during the 2008 presidential campaign, Vice President candidate Sarah Palin said, "quote I can see Russia from my house." This is according to Snopes misattributed. It says here.
It's Kate Couric that interviewed her, not Barbara Walters.
It says Faye. You're right. Tina Fey coined it, and everyone's attributed it to Sarah Palin. Well, that's no good. You don't want that. You don't want somebody to get a quote that's not theirs.
Exactly.
She has enough problems.
Humphrey Bogart's going to get saddled with "Play it again, Sam," even though he never said those words exactly in that movie. But the last thing you want is, "I can see Russia from my house."
Right. She's already too much of a weirdo. You don't need more weird on her.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's interesting. Look, we learned something already, folks.
We did.
Pitchforks down. Go easy on the Palins. I guess they're getting divorced. Things are kind of a mess over there. So, for what it's worth. Yeah. Do you hear about all that? They're getting divorced there. She's not going to be married.
I did. Yeah. Was it Trig or Trip or what's
trigonometry and whatever his name is.
Don't know much about the Palin family.
I mean, the son's got a weird name too, right? Like potato
Bristol?
or Bristol? No, that's the girl. That's the daughter.
The girl is Bristol.
Yeah. There's Bristol Palin, and then there's is it Tag is the kid?
Tag, that's right, yeah.
And Trip is the dad?
Tag is the husband, Trip and Trig are the kid, are the boys?
I don't know. This is a bad episode of some cartoon. Anyway.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Todd is the husband.
Okay, Todd.
Oh, yeah. Trig, Track, Willow, Piper, Bristol.
Track. Wait, everybody made fun of Mitt Romney's kids' names? And no one said anything about these kids? Come on.
Yeah, Track. You never hear about Track Palin. He apparently got arrested for assault back in 2018.
Yeah, we did talk. I thought we brought it up on here. Maybe we didn't.
Did we?
Yeah.
Maybe we did.
Yeah, he got busted for trying to attack his wife or something. Yeah, they're kind of a mess, those guys. They're not the perfect little Alaskan family we were all led to believe.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when the second to last Blockbuster finally closes in your neck of the woods, and and you've got to clear up all those late fees for
That's right.
Baby's Day Out.
Mm-hmm. No, Baby's Day Out 2. Come on now.
Baby's Day Out 2.
Yeah, let's get it right. Also, that reminds me. This is just a question.
Yeah.
This is not political in nature at all.
Okay. Ooh, all right.
Has anyone checked in on Barron Trump lately? How's that kid doing? Has anyone checked in? Is he okay? Is he?
You know what? I feel like the least we know, the less we know about Barron Trump, the better. Only because this is a kid that might make it okay if he's out of the public eye.
Yeah, he might be. It's like his sister. Is it Tiffany, the one you never see anywhere?
Yeah.
I feel like she might be all right in the end because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to have to do anything with much of this, other than I'm sure she wants something to do with the money.
She does not want the spotlight.
Right. So.
Let's
leave Barron
Let's cross
alone.
our fingers for Barron.
Yeah, Barron.
Von.
Hope against hope, but I think hopefully you'll be okay, dude, and just stay. Just stay out of the camera light. Just go.
Exactly.
He probably doesn't even feel like his dad anyway. Probably feels like a grandparent that he barely sees. You know what I mean? Like before he got to be president, for his first 12 years, the talk was that it was his mom and a bunch of maids. That's it. So he's just got a weird grandpa. Let the weird grandpa do his thing. You just keep growing up. Find some passion in your life. Maybe go a different direction. Your two older stepbrothers are jackanapes, so avoid those two.
Exactly. Yes.
Just get in there and make it happen there, buddy. All right, Brian, you had
anything that Ivanka tells you.
You had a very interesting Saturday. We had to bump Film Sack as a result because it was just too epic. You couldn't contain it. So tell me what it was and how did it go?
We were packed for almost the entire day. Like we had this thing. The majority of the day was this thing called Dash. We talked about last week. I think we talked about it post-show Friday because I forgot to even bring it up during the show. But you know about this thing I do every month called Puzzle Pint.
Yep.
Second Tuesday of every month. This is kind of an amazing race version of that. So it's, in this case, it was 9 puzzles scattered all throughout downtown Denver.
Okay.
And everyone starts at one location. You get a puzzle to solve at that location. You solve it, and then you move on to the next location, and you do that. And the time it takes you to get from each location is not measured, but the time you spent doing the puzzle is, because you've got an app called Clue Keeper, which is not specific to Dash. You can everybody listening to the sound of my voice can download Clue Keeper and do. They have some self-guided scavenger hunty kind of puzzles in there that I haven't checked out, but it's really cool setup. Like we could do a Clue Keeper game at the next TMS Vegas and make people go around downtown Las Vegas for a TMS event kind of thing. I'm thinking of this as I'm saying it out loud. This would be fantastic. All right,
sure.
Anyway. So Dash worked with this Clue Keeper app, and basically what you would do is when you get to a location, there would be a code. You'd enter the code in. You'd show the clue the person there the screen that says you just entered the code. They would hand you materials, paper, sometimes little blocks. We had a little bag of these little orange and green, yellow blocks to do one puzzle.
Yeah. And
then you'd go to a nice little quiet location nearby, sit down, solve the puzzle, and enter in your answers into the app. And that's what would stop the timer on when you've completed that puzzle.
Okay. Interesting.
So it was me, Tina, and Nikki and Clark Moore, who we do the Puzzle Pint stuff with, and we were kicking butt, man. We were easily one of the first few teams to leave the starting zone after doing the first puzzle. We got to the next one. We solved that one. Actually, that one, and then basically the way it worked was they gave you a par time. They basically said, okay, it should take the average person about 30 minutes to do this puzzle. Mm-hmm. And any time under that would be added on to the par number. So if you completed the puzzle in par, with exactly par, you'd get 30 points if it was a 30-minute puzzle. If you completed in 27 minutes, you'd get 33 points because you'd get the 30 points for doing it, and then an extra 3 points for doing it 3 minutes less.
Okay, sure, that makes sense.
But if you took 45 minutes, you'd still only get 30 points for that puzzle. So once you went over par, you couldn't get any bonus points, but you wouldn't lose points.
Okay.
So the second puzzle, we got to the thing, got our pieces. Tina figured out one key element. I figured out the other key element. It snapped like that. We solved a 25 par puzzle in 6 minutes.
What?
And we're like kicking butt. We're like, oh my god, this is so good. And then we keep going, and throughout the whole day it's like that. We'd get to one, be like that. There were two puzzles where we hit par or a couple minutes over par. The most was like 3 minutes over par. And we're like, oh, this is great. We're doing just fine. Stopped off, had lunch, and that's probably where we took some time. Now, separate from this, because Tina and I had a gift certificate from my dad that we had to use, there's a restaurant here in downtown Denver called Ocean Prime. Fancy schmancy restaurant. This is a place where it's like Ruth's Chris, where you pay for your steak, and then you pay for a giant potato that you share, the table shares, and you pay for this and you pay for that. There's no accompaniments with your meals for the most part.
Right.
And the whole thing, is going to cost you a few digits. My dad, for my 50th birthday, sent me a gift certificate for this place because we'd never been there. He said, well, we're going to get you a gift card for any restaurant you want that you've never been to. But where's a place that you've wanted to go and you haven't gone? I said, oh, well, Ocean Prime. He's like, great, done. Send us a gift card for Ocean Prime. We made our reservation for 5 p.m. Saturday. Thought, all right, well, this dash thing will probably be done by 3 or 4. We might have time to go home and change, but just in case, we'll have our clothes with us. We can go find a bathroom, change, and be ready for dinner.
When you go to the Ocean Prime, does the voice over the thing go, table servers, roll out? Does that happen?
That's how they deliver your food.
Okay, good. All right. This sounds like a place I'd want to go. Continue.
Perfect. Well, we get to the very last puzzle, the 9th puzzle, and it's about an hour and a half before we're supposed to be at dinner. And we're thinking, all right, well, we'd still have to take a lift to get back to our car where our clothes are, and then we could drive to the restaurant, valet park it, let them valet, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
This last puzzle is a monster. It is a beast of a puzzle. It is 12 puzzles that are loosely based on the 8 puzzles that we've already done. And once you've completed those 8 puzzles, they give you a bunch of letters that you have to write down on these diamond shapes, these 3-dimensional diamond shapes they give you, printed on like a balsa wood kind of material.
Oh, okay.
You then assemble those diamonds to make a rhombohedron. I think it's called a rhombohedron. It's 12-sided shape, and then make your way around that shape to get another 12-letter answer that you put in. And for this puzzle, they give you 100 minutes.
Whoa.
Now we've got 90 until dinner.
100 minutes is what is that? 2 hours?
Hour and 40 minutes.
Hour and 40. Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking at this thing going, all right, well, let's do it. We'll just do as much as we can. We'll go from there. I thought a dodecahedron is a 20-sided.
Is it?
It's 2 10s, right? Deca is 10.
2 10-sided. Yeah, that's a 20. That's a D20.
Oh, dodecagon. That's it. Dodecagon, not a dodecahedron.
Dodecagon. All right.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
Dodecagon.
Exactly.
I like that name.
So we're working on it. We're getting through the puzzles, but we're not getting through them as fast as we need to solve this and still have time for Tina and I to race to dinner. So I hop in my Open Table app. I say, all right, well, we got our dinner reservation for 5, because they didn't have anything later than that for table service. We're like, if you want bar service, you can go later. I mean, basically we'd have to sit at a very nice bar, but we'd be sitting side by side instead of gazing at each other across from each other.
Sure.
So I opted for an earlier table versus a later bar seating.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm like, all right, switch us to bar seating. It's totally fine. So switch us to 6 o'clock. Give us an extra hour. We continue working, and we're still running into a wall with this. We've got the 3-dimensional shape built. We're trying to figure out the letters across it, and we're like, I don't know if we're going to get this. And Nikki and Clark said, don't worry, we're over our time anyway. We'll just continue to work on this. We'll stay here at the bar. We'll get this thing solved. I'll text you the answer. You enter it into the app. No problem. Like, all right, you sure? Like, yeah, no problem. So we've already crossed our 100 minute. We've gone over par. So the most points we're going to get on this thing is 100. So Tina, like, all right, we hop in a lift. I buzz a lift up with the app. We get out there, we get in the lift. We've got 30 minutes until dinner, and we're on the other side of downtown from where our car is, and the restaurant is about half that distance back towards the center of downtown. And we're in the stuff that, the t-shirt and shorts and tennis shoes and stuff that we've been running around in all day, not stuff you wear to this fancy schmancy restaurant.
Sure.
So we get to the car and we're like, we could either change, we could grab our stuff, go into the next building, find a bathroom and change, or we can just change here in the parking garage. Tina's like, change in the parking garage. Totally fine.
Go for it. You got big pillars and things you can hide behind. That's
pillars. We get next to the car. It's gotten way busier from the time we parked. When we parked, there were 5 cars in there. Now there's cars driving up and down looking for spaces. I mean, it's now busy. But we don't care. We strip down to our skivvies.
Great.
Not in a car. Not like we're not doing this in the car. We strip down to our skivvies right there in the parking garage. No pillar next to our car. Basically, I'm in my underwear between my car and the car next to me. Tina's in bra and panties on the other side of the car between her and the car next to her. And there are cars, coming up and down the aisle looking for a parking space. And we get dressed, hop in the car, walk in the restaurant at exactly 6 o'clock. Oh, great, sir. We actually do have a table available for you, so no bar seating, and follow us right this way. And so we sat down, had our delicious multi-course dinner. I had the surf and turf. Tina had the Chilean sea bass.
That all sounds good. A little bit of
lobster bisque.
Yummy. Yum.
Fantastic meal, fantastic day. Meanwhile, Clark and Nikki are working on the puzzle. They're running out of time themselves because they've got to catch a bus to get back up to where they live. They decided to, save some money and not try and park downtown themselves. They don't get it done there. They said, well, we'll just continue working on the bus. I get a text from Clark. We're just going to continue working on it while we're on our way home. During that time, I get a message from the Clue Keeper app. Sorry, your time has expired.
Oh.
We got 0 points for the very last puzzle. I don't know where we ended up in the list, but we had done so well for the first 8 puzzles, and I bet we were in first or second place time-wise for the first 8 puzzles, and that last one just killed us because we could not get it.
So
and Jeannie
much
says,
time.
Now never schedule anything after that. She is 100% correct.
Oh, that messes you up.
The group mind works so well with that thing because we're all playing off each other. We're like, well, what if we put the pieces around this way? And then somebody else will say, yeah, and actually flip them so that they're sideways, and then da-da-da. And that's how we all work really well together. When we strip it down to like 2, even sometimes just 3 of us, we don't have that group mind thing that usually does so well with us. So
right. Yeah,
you want to.
Your mistake was the overpackedness of the evening, but whatever.
It really was. Yeah.
Like you got, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And that restaurant sounds amazing.
Exactly.
And also pics of you guys in the parking garage changing, or it didn't happen. Let's get that going. Let's start spreading those around.
We certainly didn't take them. So if somebody else out there took them, great.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Let us know. TMZ. We're looking at you. All right. Well, that sounds like a fun weekend. I'm jealous.
It really was a blast. And then yesterday we cleaned out my grandmother's garage. She moved into assisted living several months ago, and the house is closing this coming Friday. The interior of the house is empty. The garage, however, was full of tools and junk, and barely enough room for their 2 cars. And actually, I think one of their cars, when my grandfather passed, and they sold his car, I think she filled up the rest of that spot with stuff that she bought at garage sales. She was quite the garage sale shopper, because they had prime locations, so they looked at it as an investment.
Yeah.
Their front yard is right on a relatively busy street that gets a lot of traffic, so they would go buy stuff for cheap at other people's garage sales, mark it up, and then sell it at their own garage.
Well, my sister-in-law does this. Oaknon does this. She buys. In fact,
Really?
she specializes. Yeah. She specializes in electronic keyboards. So she looks for like Casios and chords and that sort of thing. She's not a musician.
Sure.
She's not a musician. She just takes it home, cleans them up, and sells them for like 30% to 50% more than she paid for it at the last garage sale.
That's a very specific thing to look for.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It's a really specific item.
The whole family is nonplussed by it. We don't know what to make of it. We just think it's the strangest thing. Like, I could see it being a couch or a love seat or freaking kitchen things or something.
Refinished furniture or something like that. Sure, I could totally see that. But specifically musical keyboards.
Apparently she's found some kind of weird genre of stuff from Facebook Marketplace or not Craigslist, but we have like a local one here that's sort of like that. And she just figured out that these people pay way more for those things. She'll still get on a Sunday or a Saturday or a weekend, whatever, and she'll just spend the entire weekend hunting down garage sales that have old musical keyboards. And if they don't have them, she doesn't buy anything, but she's still out hunting for them. So you go to their house and their basement's got like 8 of these things while she's getting them all refurbed and ready to go. It's so weird. Really weird.
It's really crazy. Yeah.
It's the strangest thing, but we gave up trying to figure her out. Now we just laugh at her because she's a hoot. She's my brother's Korean wife and she is a hoot. Anyway, all right. Dunaway informs me that he is here today and feeling okay enough to be on the show. Yeah, we were worried because he was
I forgot that he had a cold. Yeah.
Yeah, still does, I guess, in theory. But
poor guy.
He has been kind enough to say he will join us today, and so I'm going to pull him in. Hold on, I thought I was ahead of myself, and I'm not. There he is. All right, we'll bring him in. We'll open the lines, and we'll let you, dear listeners, participate in today's possible winnings. Brian Dunaway, you there? Brian Dunaway?
Brian!
Do you hear us?
Oh, Dunaway!
It shows he's answered. But I don't know why he no answer us with voice.
So weird sometimes.
Oh, there he is. Hi. Hello.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi. I heard there's a new ringtone for Discord. Somebody was telling me yesterday if you call Discord, it has a different ringtone now, but I never hear it. So
mine was the same. It was just hidden. It wouldn't let me click on it. I could hear it, but I couldn't see it.
Oh, that's very weird.
It's funny you say that. I did feel like there was a different song playing when it answered, but only slightly different. I think it was still the same melody.
Oh, weird. Yeah, it was the Dungeon guys last night were saying it was different, and I haven't heard it because I always have it on mute. But it's good to have you here and not have you on mute, Brian Dunaway. It's part of a little game here we play called Babel Royale. Here's the music for it. Welcome to the show, or welcome to the show. Yeah, welcome to the show, Brian. How are you, Brian Dunaway? How are you?
Or welcome to the show.
Yeah, why not? Whatever. Hey, it's good to have you here, of course, and it's nice for you to do this, even though I know you're a little under the weather, but you do sound better than yesterday. You were sounding pretty rough yesterday.
Oh, well, good, because I'm at the point of the allergy or sinus infection, whatever this is. I'm at the point where I'm feeling a good bit better, but I'm getting the dry cough now.
Oh,
so it's
that's
got
the
that.
worst.
That's the worst. That constant tickle. You can't sleep because you're getting constantly woken up. Oh,
Yep.
so annoying.
You know what you need to do?
People looking at you in public places like you're carrying the plague.
Yeah,
exactly.
Would you?
I'm sorry, I'm not even sick anymore.
You should do like Asia. Do like Asia and walk around with a little face mask on all the time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay. Like Asia?
Yeah.
Is this like the
Asia.
person?
No, the band. The band Asia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they walk around.
No, the landmass, the continent. When you I don't even know if I could pull an Asia song out of my butt last second like you just did. I don't think I could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. They had two. They had.
I always got one right at the edge of my butt ananyway.
Well, what was that one?
Yeah.
That one was the one you just sang.
That was Heat of the Moment was their big hit. The second one was oh shoot. They had two big hits.
That one's trapped up in the colon, isn't it?
I gotta pull up the my library. Was it Don't Cry? Don't Cry was big for them, but I don't think that was it. Only Time Will Tell.
That's
Only time
Time will tell. Oh, right. Yeah.
No.
Not as big as in the heat of the moment. That's for sure.
No, for sure.
Well, in the heat of this moment, call 801-471-0462 and be a part of today's competition. And we will take your call and put you up against, well, actually, you'll just decide whether Brian or I'm the smarter of the trivia students today. That's 801-471-0462.
I wouldn't say smarter.
Come on
factors.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Smarter. Jeez.
Smarter.
Wow.
Okay,
Jeez, man.
smarter, faster, better. What are we comparing them? What are we doing?
That your knowledge of a particular subject is more readily available to your ability to recall.
Okay.
And based on, the performance that you're able to put on that day. Maybe you didn't eat breakfast, and so maybe you're running a little bit behind.
Did you not eat breakfast, Brian?
I totally ate breakfast. I can't use that as an excuse, but
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sick.
All right.
I'm sick. So if I lose
There you
this,
go.
it's because of that.
'cause he's sick,
I'm
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, just do a big farmer blow. You know what that is? Have you ever heard of a farmer blow?
I do that. We called a Yankee hanky around here, and yes, I have.
Yeah. When we were growing up, it was either farmer blow or snot rocket. I preferred farmer blow, but you basically just knuckle up one nostril and just hork that other one out. Just freaking fire it like a monster. Yeah, that's what you should do. Speaking of horking, we got a listener on the line. They're going to be a part of this today. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Luke, a whatnot in the chat.
Hello, Luke. Good to have you here. How are you?
Hey, Luke. Starting to get a little
Great.
crackly. Are you hearing that, Brian?
Are you guys hearing the crackling?
I'm hearing the crackles.
All right,
I
hold
hear
on.
it too.
I know what it is. Last time I fixed this. We fixed it.
Yeah, we fixed this last time.
Yeah.
I say we, I mean Scott did.
How
We just
about-
sat here and went.
How about now? Is it better?
Way
Yes.
better.
Okay.
Like a
It's
dream.
It's a weird thing. It does. But and Luke, you can still hear us?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Brian Ibbett, please explain to Luke how this works, what he could win, and who, and all that.
I will happily do that. So, Luke, I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic. The two of them are going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, well, the win is going to go to the other player, of course, don't you know? Your job is to predict who is going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you're playing for a pair of CDs from Dizzy Box 9 and Trenselva, plus a carryover game from last week, 60 Parsecs, courtesy of Steam. 60 Parsecs.
Courtesy of Steam.
Well,
Steve
someone,
give it to him?
someone gave us a
Courtesy
code.
of a listener.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We just don't have his name
Crackle.
handy.
Crackle.
Crackle.
Oh, maybe not.
No
Snap
crackle?
crackle.
We're good? No crackle?
Nope, Crackle's back when Scott talks.
How about this? How about now? How about now? No crackle? Okay, how
No
about
crackle.
now? No
You did
crackle
crackle.
now?
Better crackle.
Okay, I'm going to keep my eye on this. You just if you get crackle, just say, hey, Scott, there's crackle, and I'll fix it.
All right, whatnot.
Yeah.
Luke.
That's seriously encoded there. So our code word is, "Hey Scott, there's some crackle."
Yeah, that's it. Just say crackle.
That's our code word, our safe word.
Yeah. Crackle.
Safe word is crackle.
Yeah.
Luke, knowing that, you don't know the topic. That's what I need to tell you is the topic. And I was in the process of remembering, i.e. looking up, who gave us this one. This one came to us from Andrew Bailey, sent this in last week. Now, we've talked about animated films before, right? We've said, all right, what are the highest grossing animated films of all time? And we've done that one on Babel Royale. This is different. I want to know the franchises that have made the most money, animated film franchises that have made the most money, because it's really easy to make a lot of money with one animated film.
Right. Crackle.
But crackle.
Right.
You're hearing crackle again?
I'm hearing
Crackle.
crackle again.
Shit tanks. Okay, hold on. Okay, do it now then.
Yep. Okay, you're good.
All
It's
right.
when you
Do it
talk.
now,
So
like we're
yeah.
doing
Do it
something.
now. I know.
Like we're doing
it.
anything.
All right.
Anyway.
Frick.
So, biggest money-making franchises, animated franchises, and film
Okay.
series.
All right. Biggest
right.
franchises. Interesting. All right.
And all I can, if I can give you any other suggestions, of course, sequels and stuff like that. But don't think of it
Right.
just in terms of sequels and stuff.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Don't think of it as sequels? So you're saying that it could be a single movie franchise? Is that
No,
what you're-
always
Okay.
always
All right,
multiple
always got to be at
movies.
least two, right? Got to be at
Yes.
least two.
Got to be
Okay,
at least
good.
two. Sure.
But they may not necessarily be franchises.
But they
in
might not
a
be.
couple of cases. Okay.
I love that. All right.
All right, Luke. Who would you like to go first, and who do you think is going to win?
So last time I called in, Scott got the very first one wrong.
Oh, ouch.
You remember that, do you?
You still remember that, huh?
I haven't forgotten, no.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a second chance. I want Scott to win.
Okay.
Brian to go first.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the
Scott to win.
confidence. I appreciate it.
Brian to go first. One last thing to let you know: we're looking at the top 14, by the way.
Oh,
No, top 14. All right.
Okay.
Top 14.
That's not too bad.
Because
No.
the 15th one was this thing that I'd never heard of, and I said, screw it, we're going to go top 14.
Fair enough. Did you say it was Dunaway to go first?
Crackle.
Yes, me first. Me first,
Why
Crackle.
is this thing so crackly? All right, go ahead. You should
Me
be good
first,
now.
Crackle.
You're not crackling.
Me first taking Toy Story.
You bastard!
Well,
You don't even
Story.
like Toy Story.
Taking Toy Story for the. I love Toy Story.
You hate
We've had
it.
this discussion.
You hate
Part
it.
3 disappointed me because I love the Toy Story so much.
And oddly enough, Toy Story 3 is the biggest of the franchise. Yeah, it's number 4 on the
know.
list.
Uh-huh.
Number 4 on the list, making just over $3 billion combined total from all 4 movies.
Okay.
And actually kind of 5 movies, because they re-released Toy Story and Toy Story 2 3D in 2009. That only made $32 million. So,
Right.
but between all of those, just over $3 billion for the Toy Story franchise.
All right. I like the cut of that jib. Let's do a number 2 in that list and call it the Cars franchise.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Cars franchise is a good one.
You cut me off. That's where I was going. You passed right by me.
Yeah.
Just under 1.8 billion. Cars 2, the biggest one of that series, but of course you've also got Planes and Fire and Rescue in there as well. 3 Cars movies, Planes and Fire and Rescue. So
No,
5 movies
you don't
total.
you don't get to include those.
I hear that they are technically included, but they're terrible. That one's bad, isn't it? It's supposed to be really bad. Yeah.
They are part of you say don't include them because they suck, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
That's just
yes.
ridiculous. You can't.
It's a weird offshoot.
Those.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if we're doing that, then I've got to go with, if we're doing all that crazy off the wall stuff, then I'm going with Despicable Me, because we've got the Minions franchise in there too, and that made buku-doodles of money,
It
right?
did make buku bucks. Number 1 on the list is the Despicable Me franchise.
Oh,
$3.7
More than
billion
Toy Story?
yeah.
More than Toy
You
Story.
know
And
why?
Minions was the highest grossing film of that whole series.
Because kids
3
love the
Despicable
stupid
Me's
Minions.
and 1 Minions.
People love that dumb Minions crap. They're super.
I
into it.
love Despicable Me. I like
Um,
Minions too.
All right. Ah, damn.
You kind of look like a Minion.
A little bit.
I do, yes. If only I had the glasses.
Have you ever went as a Minion? By
No,
the way,
no.
I'm very excited about the new Addams Family. It looks interesting.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
good.
it
Actually, it
does.
looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks actually good.
Based on the old Charles Adams artwork, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into that. That's a reboot I can get behind. All right. Oh, my brain just went blank. And two or more films works, right?
Correct.
Okay.
2 or more. Mhm.
All right. 2 or more films. Then I'm gonna say. I mean, How to Train Your Dragon's got to be on there.
How
Oh.
to Train Your Dragon should be
That's
on this
good.
list.
Oh
And
no.
it is on this
Oh, it is
list.
on the list.
Number-
Okay.
At number 11, though, $1.6 billion. How to Drain Your Dragon.
How to Drain
2.
Your
How to drain your dragon,
How
man.
to Drain Your Dragon 2 was the highest grossing one of that series. Just 3 of them. 1, 2, and The Hidden World, which just came out
Now,
this
see,
year.
those movies deserve much more.
They're so
They do.
good.
They do. They
Yeah,
are really
they
good.
really
They're
well
so
done.
good. I love those movies. How to Drain
Okay,
Your
so-
Dragon.
Drain
So
Your
I mean, I'd be foolish not to mention the Shrek, right?
Oh,
You would
yeah.
be, you'd be very foolish not to
There's like
mention
so
the
many
Shrek.
of those.
There are 5 Shrek films, Shrek-related
When
films.
was the last Shrek released?
2011, Puss in Boots, $554 million for Puss in Boots. But Shrek 2, the biggest of the bunch, with just under $1 billion, $919 million for Shrek 2.
Yeah. Well,
No.
somebody once told me it would be there, so.
Yep, and $3.5 billion for the entire franchise.
Good Lord.
I have a question that is important technical one.
Ask your question.
You're not going to count. Let me think of a version of this that wouldn't be on this list for sure. Okay, I got an example that wouldn't be on this list, but it's the same example. If we were saying that Jungle Book and its live action, not a live action, but it's CGI animated remake, do those count as a franchise or no?
They would count as a franchise.
They do.
Really?
Oh.
I was avoiding.
Yeah.
I was avoiding one specifically because I didn't think that would qualify.
But I will tell you right now, Jungle Book not on this list.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah.
How about this technicality? What if a sequel's not out yet, but the movie that precedes it is already one of the top grossing animated films of all time, so it doesn't matter how poorly the new one does, it'll still be in the top 5? Is that a thing I can do, or does the movie have to be out?
That's really risky.
So you're saying it's a franchise where
only one is going to count?
Only one has actually been released?
And the other is imminent. It's coming. It's almost out.
Nope.
Okay.
I think that would be a foolish move because that would mean it's one movie competing against 2 and 3 movies.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, I think Frozen will do it. Is what I'm saying.
Interesting.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Frozen would. It doesn't even matter how that second one does. All right. Lion King then, because that does count.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going. Lion King, just $1.6 billion on the new one alone puts it in 5th place. Lion King 1994, Lion King 2019, the two of them together, $2.5 billion.
Okay.
I'll tell you from this point on, think only sequels.
Right.
That was the one exception in the list. The rest of these you can pretty much.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with the films that I loved, and they've had I think they've had 4 of them.
Okay.
The Madagascar films.
Oh, the Madagascar series. Can you name all 4 Madagascar?
Yes,
films?
sure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There.
Okay, wrong, but that is on the list.
Wrong,
it's
that's
number 6
right.
on the list.
Okay.
Madagascar, Escape to Africa, Europe's Most Wanted, and Penguins of Madagascar. Those are your 4 films. $1.8 billion for the whole Madagascar franchise. Europe's Most Wanted, the highest earning of the bunch, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to.
I would have thought 2 would have been bigger.
Let's get back to Pixar.
So
Got to be more Pixar in here, so I'm going to say Finding Nemo and Finding Dory have to be on this list.
Finding Nemo, Finding Dory.
That's good.
Nice little 13-year gap between those 2 films, just under $2 billion, $1.9 billion for the 2. Finding Dory, the bigger of the 2, just over $1 billion, just for Ellen DeGeneres.
It's a great
Finding
movie.
Ellen DeGeneres.
That's a great movie. I loved it. I
Number
like all.
7 on this
There are
list.
no Pixar movies I don't like. I haven't seen Cars 2, so I can't speak to it. But everyone always
I
says.
saw Cars 1, I didn't care for it.
I like Cars 1. I think Cars 1 is fine. It's not their greatest thing, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Cars 2, I have no idea. 3,
Maybe I'll watch it again, just as kind of a nice little tribute to Rick Ocasek.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I think Mater is the thing that turns me off from Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. You don't like the hillbilly.
It's a hillbilly truck.
Yeah, he doesn't like hillbilly humor. And also,
don't do hillbilly humor.
my problem with him isn't so much that Larry the Cable Guy does what he does. It's that I know it's fake. That's why I can't stand it.
Right.
Because I've seen him just stand up when he's
Cedric
normal.
really is an entertainer, but you don't know. You think that Larry's really a cable guy, and he's not.
He's not at all. I've seen him in the 80s doing stand-up where he wasn't doing that shtick, and it's nothing like that. It really annoys me.
Right.
I hate it. Anyway, Brian, your turn.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
I'm afraid of some of these Pixar ones that we already named the big ones. There's one I still have in my head, but chicken. I'm gonna go with volume.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the volume. I'm gonna go with Jack Black doing that kung fu.
Oh, I love Kung Fu Panda movies. Those are great.
That's right. There are only 3 of them. I thought there were more. Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3. Actually, it really wasn't a 1. Just called
there's
Kung
a
Fu
TV
Panda.
series.
Yeah.
Right.
$1.8 billion for Kung Fu Panda, with 2 being the highest grossing of the series. 600.
That's fewer than I thought. I thought there was 4 for sure.
Yeah, the first one's great. Especially, I loved the dad who's the goose and him. It's because it's played by that guy who
that's the best
says,
one.
"Oh, we are noodle folk." I can't think of his name though. From Seinfeld, from the restaurant episode.
Yes.
Freaking love that guy. All right, gotta be Incredibles. Has to be on there. It's got a sequel now.
That's what I was wondering about. I was
Are you
like,
worried
oh, but
about
there's only
that one?
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only two.
Yeah.
Incredibles.
Uh-huh.
Yes, also $1.875 billion.
Dang it, I should have done it.
Shit.
Putting it at number 8, just behind Finding Nemo. Incredibles 2, $1.2 billion worldwide.
All right. I'm running really low now.
Yeah, I should have used that one. I got scared. I should have used it.
Yeah.
You still have the number 3 and then the 12, 13, and 14th ones on this list.
Oh, wow. All right, well, I'm going with volume again. I think there was like at least 12 Ice Age films, right?
Shoot! I forgot about
Was
those.
that what you were sitting on, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, you would. Yeah.
No, I just forgot about them. I totally spaced it. But yeah.
How could you forget about that?
I don't.
Right. Ice Age. There are 5. Ice Age. The
way you paused, I thought it
Meltdown,
wasn't in there. Don't do
Dawn
that to
of
me.
the Dinosaurs, Continental Drift, and Collision Course, all bringing in $3.2 billion. That is the number 3 item on the franchise.
Oh,
on this
wow,
list.
nice.
Yeah.
I thought there were more like, interesting.
More than Toy Story. Ice Age has pulled in more
Right.
than Toy Story as a franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Because
Is it?
it's fine. It's fine. It's not. But it's not Toy Story. Like it's not one of the most influential things in the history of the world. It's just kind of okay, especially the first one. The rest of them I think are kind of throwaway. All right. Well, it's funny. Everything we've done so far is CGE, isn't it? No, that's not true.
No.
Lion King's not.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm scraping the barrel here. Oh shit.
Didn't they have a second Wall-E?
You know what? I'm gonna go with volume again because I just don't know.
Dang it!
Okay.
Oh, I hope I don't screw this up. Land Before Time had like 20 of them.
Dang it! I was hoping you would do that. I was still going volume.
Were you
Dang
still
it!
hanging on Land Before Time?
Yeah.
Now there's
Ryan?
like 8 of those. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping I was going to
Land
get that
Before
one.
Time, not even in the top 25.
There's no way. There's been like a million of those.
Oh
No.
man,
Not even in the top 25.
Thank
Surprised.
you,
I'm
Scott.
surprised
You
by
saved
that.
me.
that sucks. Oh, that
Yes.
bums me out. So tell us the rest. What did we miss
There,
here?
The
there's
rest,
one. There was another one I had that I wasn't sure about because I loved them, but there was only I think 2. That was the Rio series. The second one I thought was even better than the first. But is it? in
No,
there?
Rio down at number 19. So finishing out the list, and I'm going to tell you all the 25, even though I only wanted the top 14. 12 was Hotel Transylvania. 3 of those.
Yeah. They did really
Monsters,
good.
Inc. and Monsters University at number 13. Secret Life of Pets
Yeah.
1 and 2 at number
Really?
14. Yeah. Lego Movie. Oh, so number 15 was something called Doraemon. Doraemon.
Is that a anime
Never
or
heard of it.
something? Some Japanese thing or
It
something?
might be Japanese. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's that stinky fruit
16
from Australia.
What's that?
That sounds like that stinky fruit from Australia. Everyone's always trying to get us to
Right,
eat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Number 16 is the Lego movie series. Lego 2, Batman and
I didn't
Ninjago.
even think about those.
Yeah.
Pokemon at number 17. Wreck-It Ralph's 18.
I just watched Wreck-It Ralph.
Rio at 19. Something called
Pokemon! Duh!
Pokemon, yeah. Although, some of those have been direct to video. And I don't think you count the Detective Pikachu because it wasn't
Right.
fully animated.
Right.
Right.
Something at number 20 is called something called Case Closed. At number 20, Zero the Enforcer, Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan the movie. I don't know what any of that stuff
Wow.
is.
Boy, it
somebody
really
made it
drops
up.
off, doesn't it? Once you get to a certain
It
point.
does. Dragon Ball number 21.
Oh.
Happy Feet 22. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs at 23. Jungle Book did actually make the list. Number 24.
Oh,
with
just
the
not
2
your
installments
not
there.
your winning list.
Just
but
wasn't
yeah.
in my printed list. And SpongeBob SquarePants at number 25.
Oh man, those 2. I like the 2 SpongeBob movies. I think
I
they're
did
awesome.
like them a lot.
Yeah,
they
they're
didn't
really
do
good.
well
I never
though.
saw the second one. I saw the first one and enjoyed it greatly, but never saw it.
Luke, we feel bad. but you were a trooper, and
I don't feel bad. That's what you get, Luke. You picked against me twice, and you lost twice.
Luke, Luke, tell us how you feel. Do you feel all right about all this?
I feel fine. Thank you guys.
You're the best. Thank you. He feels fine. Did you hear that?
I'm fine.
Well, all right then. I guess another day, another time for him to try. Oh man, what is this Lupin movie? The chat room's also freaking out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lupin.
They're going nuts about Lupin. The Case Closed series is, let's see, 23 feature films have been released based on the manga and anime series Case Closed, known as Detective Conan in Japan. So 23 feature films. You can't help but make.
Come with me if you want to live.
It's
Animated.
like quantity versus.
So there's no Miyazaki films in that, or is there?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's interesting. I would have put at least one Miyazaki film in there.
But what would be a franchise?
Oh,
Yeah, no,
right. There are no
yeah.
franchises.
Yeah, it's
You're right.
no My Friend Totoro 2.
Right. That's a good point. And then also, did you mention the? Oh no, Big Hero 6. It doesn't have a sequel yet. But I bet...
Lupin is. They're saying Lupin is a Miyazaki movie.
Oh,
really?
it is. Oh.
Let me see this. Is that must not be?
Never saw it.
Because I've never heard of any of these, and you know, my son is a big Miyazaki fan. We went to the Miyazaki, the studio.
The AMZ thing.
Ghibli
No, when you were there, you
Museum.
went there. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Ghibli. Oh, it's not Ghibli. That's why. Okay.
Oh, but he directed it anyways, though.
Yes.
Okay, but let
exactly.
me ask you this: is that the one with the big black creature that eats furniture? Or is that a different Miyazaki
No,
film?
that's a different. That's Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is the big, greasy-looking ghost man
No
eating
face.
furniture.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good old no face.
Brian,
And they're saying that the castle of Cagliostro. Are they saying that that's a franchise, or are they saying that's a? That's Lupin 3. That was the one that was directed by Miyazaki. Was Lupin the Third, the Castle of Cagliostro.
Lupin.
Okay.
All right. Isn't
His
that
feature film debut. Wow.
Isn't that a disease? Well, that's lupus.
Cagliostro.
No, lupus. Lupus is a disease.
Oh, lupus.
Yeah.
So I gotta admit, I think I like Rio better than I really should admit to.
Oh,
I've never seen
you
it.
know what? Rio's
Those-
okay.
yeah, those-
It's all right. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's so darn silly, but it's just so.
You know what else is good? Is that Surfer? Is it Surf's Up with the penguins?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's a fine film. It's sadly, well, the part I didn't like about it's got Shia LaBeouf in it, and I don't like him very much. But it's got the dude in it, and he basically plays the dude again. So it's basically the Big Lebowski is a surfer.
Jeff Bridges playing.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. And then they also got Napoleon Dynamite as one of his friends. It's like a bird or something.
Napoleon
John
Donut.
Heater.
Yeah.
So Rio is currently streaming on HBO, on your HBO app. I might check it out. You know what? I don't know why I made the connection, or I thought that that Rio was an Angry Birds connected film. Like it was somehow.
It
And
is.
maybe it was just that the Angry Birds game did a Rio version. Or
You are
something.
correct. That is what
Right,
happened.
right.
Yeah.
That's
They had
probably
Angry
why.
Birds in Rio or something, and they combined a bunch of Angry Birds crap. You're totally right about that.
That's
But now they have their
probably why,
own
yeah.
franchise to deal with, and that's kind of fun. And then they got this right here, this song here. I like their song. I think it's one of the great video game songs ever written, and it's just for a dumb mobile game, but I really like it. I think it's very good. Dunaway, you did it. You've done it again. What kind of nightmare world do we live in where Brian Dunaway wins a thing? But you did it. Don't worry. There was always a next time. Oh, what was that? Did you hear that? That was good.
I think you're getting feedback on his line. I think.
That was great. I
What?
enjoyed it. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
We're
You're all
fine now.
good.
It's fine now. You're fine.
The Brian Dunaway on
Weird.
Twitter. Go do a farmer blow. We'll talk to you later. All right.
Hanky Wanky or whatever it was called.
Now you're making me want to watch animated films. I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
now.
Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I might watch Rio just because I haven't seen it. Because
Yeah.
I need something.
Think it'd be
I think
worth
I
it.
might be getting a little burnt out on doing my binge of Next Generation.
Oh, of TNG.
Yeah, just watch the episode of the drumhead with the trial. You know, when that ensign is put on trial for having a Romulan grandfather.
Right.
Is this where we've come?
Yeah.
Is this how far we've fallen?
Angry Picard's the best Picard.
It is the best Picard.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. All right, we're going to do a quick news story, and we're going to take a break. That story can't start until I play this theme for it. So hold on to your butts. Here you go.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive, sensational summary of world and local events.
It's the news, and it's brought to you by...
That was a hanky-wanky right there. It's brought to you by a one-shot comic that deals with school bullying within the trappings of a horror story. Demons in the Darkness. It's live on Kickstarter right now. Go to Kickstarter and search for Demons in the Darkness and back it today.
Great idea. All right. How much, Brian, would you pay for a pair of Eva Braun's? You know, this is Adolf Hitler's lady, wife.
Adolf's lady friend,
yeah.
lover.
I guess were they married? Were they married?
They were married.
Okay,
yeah.
they were married. I always think that she was a side thing for some reason. Maybe she started that way.
Side piece?
Yeah, maybe she started.
No, his
that
side
way.
piece was a Luger.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Served him till the end, if you know what I mean.
That's right, exactly.
Unless you believe he went to Argentina, which is, I guess, possible. Anyway, a pair of underwear belonging to Eva Braun is selling at an auction for more than $4,600. I actually would have thought it would go for a little bit more.
God, no kidding.
Yeah. Seems a little low. A pair of underwear that belonged to her, the wife of Nazi leader Adolf Hitler, has been sold by a British auction house for more than $4,600. The BBC reports that an anonymous phone bidder purchased the pink silk underwear, which bears Braun's initials, and was auctioned by Humbert and Ellis auctioneers in Towcester. That's in England there.
Okay.
3,700 pounds, or about 4,600 in US dollars. Other items that were sold. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Do you know how many pairs she had?
Just the one, I think, right? Just
9.
9. Where is my 9th pair of underwear? I really want to see that Jojo Rabbit movie where the kid has a imaginary friend who's Adolf Hitler. Have you seen this at all? Have you paid any attention to this?
No. Oh, this is the thing that Taika Waititi's working on and is trying to get it released, and it's not happening.
I think it's out now, isn't it?
Oh,
I think it's just straight up out.
He was having problems getting a studio to release it, but maybe I'm misunderstanding it.
I think it's just out. Let me check on that. Jojo Rabbit, or maybe it's just coming out. Here we go. Jojo Rabbit reviews. People are reviewing it. Yeah, it's out. And
okay. It just premiered at Toronto. There was some deal where there was a holdup on release because of the controversy of having a movie about Hitler.
Oh, interesting. Well, apparently it's like super sweet, good-hearted, and anti-Nazi is what I've heard.
Yeah, it's got your ScoJo. It's got Rebel Wilson. It's got Alfie Allen.
Mm-hmm. I like these people. They're great.
Yeah.
Apparently that kid's really good. That's running around with pretend Hitler. It's supposed to be really good. And I love his movies that aren't... I love all his movies, but the ones that... His quiet little New Zealand things he makes are my favorites. I loved Eagle versus Shark. I loved Clan of the Wilder People, or whatever the hell it was called. What was that called? 2016?
I don't know.
Something of the dark clan, or the dirty clan of the wet wilderness people. Whatever it was.
I want to see that, whatever that is.
There it is. Hunt for the Wilder People. That's a wonderful film. Yeah, wonderful little film. And that came between his other masterpiece, What We Do in the Shadows, in 2015. Then he did Wilder People. And then he rolled right into Thor Ragnarok. And then immediately turned back and did this thing. I love this guy. He should make movies forever, and we should never not have him with us. Anyway, point is, what was my point? Oh, okay, so this is part of a bigger auction that was a whole bunch of private European World War II collection stuff. This included a gold bracelet bearing a swastika that was given to the wife of Luftwaffe Commander Hermann Göring. What about Goebbels? And Braun's stained nightgown. They don't get into what the stain was.
Ugh.
What do you think it was?
Yeah. There's no good answer to that.
You think there's a little bit of the Fuhrer on there?
Let's hope it's just some bad sauerkraut.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
It was Reich sauce or something. Who knows what it is?
Hitler was a sauerkraut.
He was a sauerkraut.
It was a sauerkraut.
No offense, Germans. I have one of your cars. Everything's fine. Anyway,
I guess kraut would be a derogatory term, wouldn't it? Kraut.
A kraut is, yes. I think they don't like that when you call them a kraut. I think we did that in wartime because then you don't like each other, so you can say kraut and Jap and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But now we're all friends, so we can't do that. We have to call you lovely, wonderful German people. How about this? Here it says Braun was Hitler's companion for more than 12 years. The couple wed approximately 40 hours before they committed suicide. Okay, that's what I had in my head. They weren't married all the time. It was like,
no, just got married in the bunker.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? Let's just do this. She's like, yeah, why don't we just do it?
What do you think? Crazy little bunker marriage?
Yeah,
sure,
let's do
why
it.
not?
Why not? Why do we have to be like everybody else? Yeah, jawohl. Anyway, that was on April 30th, 1945. Soviet forces were about to reach the Reich Chancellery. That's a cool name for a building. There continues to be a perennial interest in personal artifacts from such notorious high-level World War II figures, accordingly such items, even without proveyance, command high prices, says auctioneer Jonathan Humbert, who really wanted to use the word proveyance.
Right. Provenance?
I think he's saying, is it provenance? Proveyance. Provenance?
Well, there's an N in there.
Oh, there is an N in there. So it's provenance.
Sure, okay. Provenance.
Nailed it. At a similar auction in 2016, there were a pair of lilac knickers worn by Braun, and they were sold at a different auction for roughly $3,194. So her stuff always goes for
lilac knickers.
You will buy the knickers, and you will pay affordable prices. We are going to take a break. When we come back, it's time for the Trek Nerd. We'll also read some emails and some other stuff. Steven's out today. He's got a meeting or some such. He did want to wish us a belated Happy Batman Day, which was on, Saturday, I think?
Yeah, I didn't know what Batman Day was, so Happy Batman Day.
Yeah, you just celebrate a little Batman Day and maybe watch a thing or read a comic. I drew a picture of a fat Batman with his tongue out. Like you do, I did that to celebrate.
Sure, like one does.
You do like you want to do. But we can't do any of that without a song. So do you have one there?
I do. These guys I really like. An LA band, punk band called No Parents. They have a brand new EP coming out Friday. It's called Middle Ground. The title track and the music video are available right now. No Parents performed at Chicago's Riot Fest last weekend, and then they opened up for the Descendants in Pennsylvania. They're going to be out on tour with Plague Vendor from the end of this month through October. So look for Plague Vendor and see these guys opening up for them. They're from the San Fernando Valley. They're punk rockers. Their first show was at a high schooler's mom house. There was a fist fight over pizza and a pool. No word on if the fist fight was over the pool as well. Two of the members played t-ball together. I love all these details.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. Zoe, No Parents was originally just going to be Zoe playing an MPC. I don't know what that means, but they also have a secret handshake. They eat meat and they have tattoos. Here's their brand new song. It's called Middle Ground. Here's the band, No Parents.
Nice. Oh, wait, the MPC thing's probably like an RPG reference. So they're like...
No, MPC.
Oh, MPC.
I thought NPC would make sense, but...
That's military police captain.
Chief. Sure.
I don't know. All right, well, here's that song. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned.
Lady's hat. Yeah, smart and expensive. Label reads, a madam, yet a original. That bunch of lace and feathers cost somebody a fast $50.
I watch K-porn.
The morning stream. It's a thing with stuff.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I should play that again for you, so you can hear what it is. So it's this. Yeah. It's one of these tricks that people play on their moms, where they write down words and they say this out loud or say it fast or whatever. And on the thing it says, "I like Cape Horn."
Oh yeah, I like.
And so when she reads it, she goes,
"I watch K-porn."
Or no, it's I watch. So the watch part was spelled. Wait, it's like something like Ike, and then, they just used other words that kind of phonetically spell out the thing. And
one of our puzzles this last weekend was where we had a bunch of those, and then we had to match them up with EKG monitors that had something to do with what we were saying. So, like, one of them was "We will rock you." It took a while for us to figure out that that's what it was saying because it was different words. And then there was a like a that waveform on the thing that we had to match it up with. It was great.
That's super creative. I like that.
Yeah, really well done.
So anyway, this poor mother, like, this is what people do. They make their aging mother say things like,
I watch gay porn.
And she doesn't know. She's like, I'm reading it. What? It says I watch gay porn.
Mean.
It is kind of mean, but it made me laugh.
Mean.
All right. A quick note here. Oh, we're going to do Daryl. Let's do him.
Sure. Quick note, we're going to do Daryl.
We're doing Daryl. Oh, wait.
We have no Schleicher.
Schleicher is out. There's no Schleicher.
MIA for Batman Day.
There's only Zool. Yeah, that was like a few days ago.
There we go.
Oh, hi, Daryl.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, that's good. Hey, are you sad about Aaron, what's how you say his name? Eisenberg?
Sure.
Sad, right?
Yeah.
That was no good.
It's very sad. 50 is way too young.
Yeah. Plus he's, by all accounts and everything I've read from any of his former co-stars, including people that weren't even on DS9 that were just in the Star Trek community, freaking loved that guy. Like, said he was just the sweetest dude and just was, no one's got nothing but kind things to say about that guy, and it just makes me sad.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but that.
How come nice people die and terrible people live?
Yeah, and old people
and terrible people continue to walk the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah, his death was too soon for them to include him in the in memoriam thing on the Emmys last night, but
oh, right, because it just happened. That's true.
Just happened.
I did. Did you watch the Emmys? We usually sum those up. I forgot to do that today.
Yeah, I didn't. We watched a few minutes of it, but we were catching up on Jessica Jones' final season, and then I went down to Raid with the group, and we ended up not doing Raid, but we ended up doing a really cool achievement thing for Hunts of the Wind.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That guy deserves it. He's been busy with storms and stuff, so.
He has, yes. September has been a bad month for Hunts of the Wind.
Well, Daryl, here's
a busy month,
not a bad month. Yeah, he's a busy guy. Daryl, here's your theme.
You guys sound kind of sparkly.
That was that time you called in naked in bed. Remember that? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
I do. I do. You had the day off because you were like, I don't know, it was Memorial Day or something like that, and you're like, I won't be at work, but you can call me at home. So we called you at home. And you informed us that you had just woken up and that we sounded sparkly and that you were buck naked, and that was not my favorite day.
Yeah, none of that was anything we needed to know.
Yes,
that's the low point of everything.
That's when we moved you once a week.
That's right. That's right. That was the moment we knew we got to change this. All right, just kidding. Hey, so that's all that's really going on in Star Trek land, kind of. We're all in kind of a holding pattern until Picard comes out. Did
Discovery season 3?
Did Discovery do anything did anything happen for them at the Emmys? Like any kind of special effects?
Well, it's weird. I heard before, like 2 weeks ago, that they won a bunch of stuff. So how does that work?
Well, the stuff they won was from the what's that other thing? It's like
the Streamies.
Oh, the Saturn
Awards, right?
Right.
Okay, that's not Emmys. Okay.
Yeah, definitely not Streamies though. Streamies are just for like. Well, actually, I don't know what the
web
Streamies
streamers.
Do. What is that? What that's for? You just do it for
I think it is. Yeah.
YouTubers and stuff. I had this thought the other day, and I put it on Twitter and got all these answers about it. What streamer on Twitch? And I guess you could include a YouTuber. Why not? Would you least want to be trapped in an elevator with for 48 hours?
Oh, geez.
I like
God, it's like a 75-way tie. Like like it's the do dogs have brains?
Dude.
Lady. Either anybody with the last name Paul.
Yeah. Either of the Pauls. No Pauls. Who else?
I don't know if I could take Ninja.
I think Ninja seems like a nice guy. I think I could deal with Ninja. Okay. Yeah, he seems nice. Like a legit nice guy.
Nice guy. Okay, all right.
From all accounts, he seems like he's all right. But I couldn't go in there with any. Like I can't go in there with Dr. Disrespect. He'll freaking put his finger in my butt or something weird.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I can't go in there with like. Like you said, the Pauls. I don't even want that guy that does that. Yeah. The whole new world. I didn't want him in there. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't want that guy. You don't want that guy.
Nope.
I don't want that
Nope.
guy. Nobody wants that guy.
Nope.
But anyway, that's just a little thing I was thinking about. Daryl, do you have anybody who would just who is the last person on Earth, Daryl? Not forget about streamers. Just the last person on Earth you'd want to have in an elevator for 48 hours. Who would it be?
Probably my clone.
So wait, does that mean that he exists? He's real?
Yeah. Is there a clone?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I can't think.
You're basically saying the last person you'd want to spend your time in an elevator with is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would sing to keep from being bored, and that would just bother me to death, and I would just irritate myself.
I think I could probably guess who Scott would least like to be stuck in an elevator.
Oh, you'd be surprised. For me, it would be.
Oh, really?
Who are you thinking? And then I'll tell you if you're right.
I'm thinking our current commander-in-chief.
Oh, no. I mean,
God.
actually, that wouldn't be my least. I mean, I would enjoy the chance to lay into him. Like I would like. He'll be useless. I mean, that's for sure. He's not going to help us get out of there, and he's probably going to take a dump in the corner or something dumb like that.
Right.
But
I've gotten stuck in way better elevators than this. Believe me.
Believe me, I've been in way better elevators.
Trust me.
So no, for me it would be like it'd have to be a famous person, right? That's the whole point of this.
Gerard Depardieu.
That's a pretty good one. That's pretty good. It'd be like someone like that, though. Someone with questionable, like, sort of personal habits.
That's what I'm thinking. More like the lines of recycled air. More of a recycled air issue. Because you could probably get along with and learn from just about anybody, even if it's somebody you dislike.
Yeah.
But somebody maybe with some likely strong body odor.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Diced Tomatoes throws a good one in here. Skrelly. That Martin Skrelly
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Even
Martin
though that's
Shkreli,
a lot like
yes.
Trump, he is the most obnoxious little piece of shit. Post
Yeah.
Malone's cool.
Yeah.
He's nice. I'd go in there with Post Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
He might blow a little cigarette smoke around, but it's fine. He's cool. I like him. Andy Dick is a good call. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in there with Andy Dick.
I don't think I'd want to be in an elevator with any Kardashian.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be in an elevator with a Cardassian than a Kardashian.
I would be in an elevator with the dad Kardashian that died. He was all right.
Oh, Robert?
Yeah.
Sure.
He was fine.
Yeah.
He had
While he's alive, I would.
Yeah. I don't want to be in there with his corpse. Right. All right. Well, forget about all that. So, Daryl, without any other Trek news, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make you eat one of these lemon salt candies. All right?
Oh, goody. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
I'm pulling one out, too, because I've actually kind of learned to like these.
Jared Kushner.
And I had dinner with Jim Jensen and Robin. And he said, those weren't joke ones. We actually really liked those. We thought you guys might like them.
The lemon candies?
Yeah,
okay.
and I confessed to him that I'd give it another shot, and so I did. And I ended up kind of liking it the second time, and then the third one I actually really liked. So I'm kind of into these now. I'm not saying they're good for the morning, but they're all right.
Well, I'll happily send you mine back if you want them.
Right.
Otherwise, they're going to kids for Halloween, and then we're going to get egged.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, they look good and they smell good.
All right,
Sure.
put it in your mouth. Let's see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spend an hour in an elevator with them. This is what we missed from Food with Daryl.
Was his mastication sounds?
The mastications.
His Foley work on Mike. Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Can you taste? Do you get the salt yet?
Yeah, there's salt.
Have you been
it's
assaulted?
not horrible.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's like if you found a lemon in the ocean and ate it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Sure,
Yeah.
Found a lemon in the ocean and ate it.
Just fell in the
Ocean lemon. Sure.
Right. Because you don't want to get scurvy. You'll take any lemon you can get.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I'm done with it now.
Yeah.
But it was good.
That's about how long I lasted with it. It was like, all right, yeah, this is okay, but I don't want to. I don't want to eat it for a long time.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna finish this one. In fact, I like it.
I can get it. I could get it if you're into salty things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lemons.
Yeah. If you like lemons, if you like salt, I got good news for you. These are called,
Yeah.
Life just handed you a little bag of those.
They're Japanese and they got a name, and I can't find it. So forget it. I don't have a name to give you. Go look for them at the Asian market.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, just look for Japanese salted lemon cake.
Also, Daryl, what do you make of Brian feeling burned out where he's at in TNG? And Brian, what season you're in? 4, 5? What is it?
I'm in 4. Just finished the Drumhead. Next one is Half a Life, where Charles Emerson Winchester goes on board and has a little start to something with Luxana Troy.
Yeah.
With Deanna Troy's mom.
Her mom, yeah.
Luxana.
Uh-huh. I hate that name. But the whole deal there is that when you turn 50 in his world, you commit suicide. You die.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so that should be a very
That's
poignant
That's a
episode.
good season. I don't know.
It's a season with some good stuff, but I've been binging since I think since we did one for Film Sack, and I just kept watching. And
You just need a break, it sounds like.
I need a break. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is TV
Take
when
a break
they
after season 4 and you'll be okay.
Yeah. This is TV when they would cram 24 episodes into a season and there was just no getting around it. So yeah. It's not like a 12 episode arc you can finish and then start the next one. You got to go the whole 9 yards.
And there's some bad ones in there too, because they can't just say, "Oh, now this one's good, this one's bad, this one's bad, this one's good."
You've got
not do the bad
Cupid
ones.
with Vash and Q showing up.
That's the whole for me. That's the whole thing with X-Files. It's just so many episodes. There just had to be stinkers. There's no way to not have stinkers in there.
Exactly.
You're gonna have lots of good stuff and some cool arcing stuff and all that, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have like 30% shit in your bad 25 season or 25 episode season because you just had so much filler back then. I really like the modern inclination to go like 12 episodes or less.
I do too. Yeah.
I think it's been smart for story and stuff.
Hit it hard, hit it quick, get out of there, and leave good memories as opposed to 22 episodes where it's like, oh yeah, there were a couple episodes, but boy, all I can think about is that stupid Sherlock Holmes holodeck episode.
Actually, I kind of like that.
Listen.
I like
By the way,
that one.
fourth season.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him, Gloria. He's lying.
Is that 4th season?
That's 4th season.
Is that when he's like Sonny Big Nuts or whatever his name? What's his name in there? He does like a
Hill.
Dixon Hill.
Dixon Hill.
Yeah. Here, chat room in case you don't know.
Don't listen to him, Gloria. He's lying.
It's not Sonny Big Nuts, chat room. I got that wrong.
Sonny Big Nuts. I like that though. That's better.
All right. Well, may all the salty. What?
It takes a really good actor to play somebody acting badly.
Was that? And that was what he was doing, right?
Because he's in the holodeck, so he's Picard acting. But Picard's not a good actor, but
Patrick Stewart is, yeah.
So he has to. Okay, I guess what you're saying. He has to pretend he's a starship captain who's pretending to be a New York private eye.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's why I think Barry's so good, and why I think what's his name? I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Hader.
Barry.
No, not that Barry. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, yeah.
Bill Hader is so good in that because the stuff where he's on stage and he has to try to be an actor, he's very good at seeming like someone who does not know how to act.
Yeah.
Even though he totally
plays
does
a good
know.
actor. Yeah. I mean, he plays an actor well, I should say.
He's good at playing a want-to-be actor who's not really that talented at being an actor. It's something else. That's why he won last night. Give that guy an award. Well done, Bill Hader. Well done. Didn't he win? I think he won.
You have cookies?
Last night. Oh, what? No. What cookies do you have?
He has
the Oreos
I don't have them yet. They're not here yet.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I've got them sitting right here on my desk next to me. I can't wait to dig into those.
Daryl, keep them in your drawer and don't show them to the break room or some shit. You're gonna lose all of them if you do that.
Right. Oh, geez, yeah. Lock them in your desk.
Do it, Daryl. It's Daryl Skeels, everybody. He's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. Bye, Daryl. There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got an update on the car situation. I'm going to read these. Oh,
Okay.
first let me do this one. All right, so we got 2 follow-ups. One about time zones, one about cars and the future of automated driving. The time zone one is this.
2 old man rants that we went on last week.
Apparently sparked a lot of response because everybody keeps writing in about these. But Nick wrote, hey, guys, you were talking about the time zones the other day on TMS. I'm in IT, and I have clients in both Hawaii and Germany. My coworkers and I have gone to eat after a scheduled work thing. If it was end of the day for Hawaii client, we're eating at 10 p.m. If it's after a workday thing for the German client, it's about 9 a.m. our time. We usually go to an IHOP or something that we can get our breakfast for dinner sort of thing. Time is something to organize around, but our conception of what we do, when we do things should change. Love the idea of a one world time at work. It might work if we change our perception of what things are acceptable, like you two said. Can I have a drink at 5 p.m. after the normal workday? Sure. How about people who work night shifts? Can they stop to have a drink at 8 a.m.? Why not? Actually, that's a good idea for the bar. The night shift opens at 6 a.m., closes at 3 p.m. Cheers, Nick. He's right, though. We do so many things around the time, our perceptions of time. We'd have to change our thinking on all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, totally. That's another great example. Like, saying afternoon doesn't quite work because there still would be a noon everywhere. It would always occur at the same time, but our perception of afternoon is a different thing in every location. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You couldn't say that anymore because it's 5 o'clock everywhere or nowhere.
Yeah, it's 490 beats.
Right, Swatch beats.
Swatch beats.
Yes, exactly.
Somewhere, we'd say. Okay, more stuff on the cars. We got one from Torek who says, hey, strut and brake pad. That's pretty good.
Huh. I like it.
Pretty good. I'm a car enthusiast, and I do hope for a future with more self-driving cars than having the general public behind the wheel. But I also don't want a future that keeps me from enjoying my car. It seems extreme to ban my choice to drive just to make it easier on the self-driving technology. Why wouldn't we just continue to develop it to be better, to better account for human drivers and other obstacles? It's a good point, and I think we're already doing that, and probably will do that. That's probably is what we're going to do.
It almost could be that he brings up a good point. You could get a separate road infrastructure for self-driving cars versus human operated automobiles, right? Like, you get the existing highways if you're a regular car driver, but you get this other better highway if you choose to do your self-driving car, and that just keeps the safety issues to a minimum because for a majority of your ride you're going to be on a separate road, and probably not all of it, but on a majority of it.
Right. Maybe the way to do it is if you have a big, say, a 6-lane highway in California, you dedicate 2 lanes of that to this, kind of like you would a commuter lane.
I could see them totally doing that too. Like they change their HOV lanes to self-driving cars.
Yeah, I think that's true. He says, sure, the culture around cars and the markets for them will fade over time, but I don't see this happening until quite a few generations after we're all gone. So much like your take on classic WoW, Scott. Oh, here we go. If you want a car that chauffeurs you, that's great. I'm glad you'll be able to. And I may use it from time to time, but I just prefer and enjoy the other way. We can have both, and even if it won't be a traffic utopia, it will certainly be better than it is now. Love the show, though, Torek. Yeah, I was with you all the way up to your WoW comparison. I don't think that works. You still have to do stuff in WoW Modern. You can't just sit there and have it happen to you. That's a weird thing people say about WoW Retail versus Classic. It's like, it does everything for you. No, it doesn't. Sure, some things are easier. Sure, there's lots of life improvements. Sure, there's a lot of stuff that makes it so it's less challenging. But you still have to do stuff.
Right.
It's a bad combo. Nikki wrote in, says, Dear TMS, on the argument of self-driving car technology and economy, rather than having a fleet of self-driving cars, I feel like you are missing the point. What America needs is clean, efficient public transportation, buses and trains. You can get a 4-person cabin in a train and play cards, admire the scenery, stop in cute towns, etc. Before the environment, better for the environment and faster with high-speed trains. Love the show, though. Greetings from Switzerland, where the trains are freaking awesome, says Nikki. I mean,
yeah, you get no argument from me. I would love to be able to do everything via train, and we've got a really good train light rail system that is getting developed here in Denver. It's just not everywhere yet. And
hold on, my wife's yelling at me. Hang on one sec.
Okay. What did you do wrong?
Hold on. I usually don't get done until 11. Can I call him back? Okay. Sorry. Are you there?
I'm here.
Freaking insurance company calling me. I know they know when I'm working. All right. We'll talk to them in a minute.
Shame.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. You were talking about your train. We have that cool thing, too. Trax is pretty good. And they're expanding it and putting it in lots more places. Yeah, I mean, public transportation. I wouldn't mind just seeing a mix of all these things. And there's no reason why they can't all exist sort of simultaneously. There was a long time in the early century where people still had their horse and wagons, and there were also these newfangled cars on the road. Like you just deal with whatever the transition is, and you get there somehow, and it's fine. It's all good. Mm-hmm. We can put that one to bed. Fine. Put it right to bed. Just that whole conversation.
Is that the bed noise? That's the putting it to bed noise.
That's not happening when you get to bed. Do you not go to bed and just go? Doesn't that happen?
Well, I'll do that all through the night. Apparently.
Well, all right. We call that morning thunder. That's it for your emails. If you'd like to send some in, you can. themorningstream@gmail.com. Don't forget to swing by our Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. Give us some love over there. Get some of this cool exclusive art you can only get through there. Get some rad stuff going out this month. Actually, more being made as we speak. All right. That's it. Let's do our leave. Do you have a thing to play?
Cool. I do. I'm going to read one real quick thing. Don Kelly wrote in and said, hey guys, September 21st is the 20th anniversary of the day I married my best friend. If you could play a cover of Earth, Wind, and Fire September, that'd be fantastic. Did that last Thursday. I wanted to say a big shout out to Don Kelly and his wife. Happy anniversary, 20th anniversary to you guys. Today, we get one from... I don't have his name. Oh no. I'll find it. He says, good morning, Boba and Sarlacc. Today marks my 30th year of life, and what better way to kick it off than by listening to the best morning show in the galaxy and a song from the Covermaster. I don't have anything specific in mind. Just pick something that rocks. I also have a few sound clip requests from Sir Johnson. Ooh. We got Scooters, Turd Monkey, the Gorbachev, and any reference to Brian in the Booth.
Well,
keep up the amazing work. So any of those you want to throw at us.
All right. Let me pull up Turd Monkey. Okay, here's Turd Monkey.
This is the
No, wait.
Turd Monkey.
There it is. So it's Turd Monkey. What was the other ones?
The Gorbachev. The Gorbachev.
The Gorb. Oh, do I not have it? Gorb. That one's so old I don't have it in here. Yeah, it's in the ether. Okay, what else? What was Scooters?
Any reference to Brian in the Booth? Do you have something that's just under Booth?
Yes. Here it is.
Brian Ibbett, the man in the booth.
There you go. Both Fletcher files.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Done. The person who sent this in, by the way, is Alex Bjornberg. The reason I didn't have his name is because he did not use the right way to send in a request. Make sure you go to frogpants.com/TMS and use the link that Scott has conveniently put there for submitting your song requests. Mm-hmm. If you email them to themorningstream@gmail.com, sometimes they get missed, and sometimes that information does not get copied over from one place to another, and that was purely my fault, but still, you went to the wrong place. All right, so a song. He said, anything you want to play that just rocks. This one rocks. In 2014, the hair metal band Enough Enough released an album, a cover album called Covered in Gold. Really good stuff on there, actually. A Nirvana cover, a couple Beatles covers, and a really, really good David Bowie cover. This is a song that I don't normally like by David Bowie, but I really like this version of it. Here's Enough is Enough with the Gene Genie.
Awesome. Let's play it now. We'll be back tomorrow. Normal show, big stuff, good times. So join us then. Goodbye. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Never stop on a freeway.
That's good advice.
It is, yes.
Never stop on a freeway. Yeah,
Never stop on a freeway.
Yeah.
I think that's 101. Driving 101 is what that is.
Never stop on a freeway. I think it's